Hey, how are you?
All good, and you guys?
We're having a
Yeah,
great day.
good.
12 hours of racing today from Spain.
We're still not done.
Okay,
We're still not done.
okay. I'm in holiday, so I think I'm a little bit better.
Yeah. Where are you? You in Portugal on holiday or elsewhere?
Yeah, I'm in Portugal, in south of Portugal, in Algarve. That is our holidays area in Portugal. So yeah,
Nice.
enjoying a little bit like this week. That normally is like the my mid-season break, let's say. So I'm enjoying this from Monday until now. So I come straight from the warm-up European Championship 110 touring in Belgium. Straight
Yep.
from there, now tomorrow I'm gonna go back to Lisbon, and then Monday I'm gonna drive to Radovan to test for the Worlds.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's like electric touring car and then nitro buggy and it's you are the hardest working man in RC, I think.
Well, one of, yes, for sure. I cannot say I'm the hardest one, but one of for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So Redovan again. How did you get on in Redovan last time for the Worlds?
The Worlds was not really good for me last time. Like the pace was not really good. I was fighting with the guys on the bottom of the final. So I would say like 9, I believe 9, 10. My pace at the Worlds wasn't that good, but actually at the Euros last year was pretty good. I mean, I was behind Canas in the semi, following him after like 8 minutes or 9 minutes. But then I broke one of the pinions from the diff, and then I end up on the last chance. And on the last chance with 14 guys fighting for the bump up, it's kind of difficult.
You really put yourself on the map in every class you put your mind to. You put yourself on the map, but obviously in Nitro Buggy, you kind of did that by winning the Euros in Portugal a few years back, and it was kind of a surprise when you won. I think obviously it was I don't know if it was a home track or at least it was home country, but you put in an amazing performance, and it was like, oh, he can do Nitro Buggy as well.
Yeah, it was a really really good race. From the semi to the final, I wasn't really expecting to fight for the win. But then we did some small changes for the final, which improved the car really good. Ongaro in that time was super fast, but he had some problem in semi, and he ended up on the last chance, which made him start from the back of the field. So he started last in the final, which give us like space for me for Canas to fight and pull a little bit away. And then I made the 45 minutes without any mistake. I was refueling one less time than everyone else, and the car was really on rails. So yeah, it was a perfect European Championship for me for sure.
How do you decide what race? When you look at the season, it must be crazy. I can only imagine how you sit down and look at the season of events that are happening ahead of you and decide, is it dictated by like which products, X-Ray? I mean, there's got to be some part of it to do with like X-Ray want to like push this model here or this vehicle, or is it like you think I can win here, so I want to go to this one, or you just, I love this race, I'm going to this race. Like, how do you decide where to put your time?
Yeah, it's normally like a touring car is the most important. So I'm always all in touring car. That is the most important also for X-Ray, is the biggest market for X-Ray. So I'm always all in touring car. It doesn't matter if there is a Worlds or not. But then 110 off-road and 18 off-road is dictated by the World Championship. So if there is a World Championship that year, I'll be focusing more on that classes. So this year there will be the 18 off-road Worlds in Radovan, which means I will do more races, and I did already more races like a Montpellier 180 electric. I did the warm up in Sacil in Ongaro track. I'm gonna make the Euros in Ongaro track. Now I'm going one full week for Radovan to test. But next year I will focus more in 110 off-road, because that's the Worlds, I believe, in Australia. So yeah, it's basically dictated by the World Championship. But 110 touring is always my main class, I would say.
Got you. Hand over to these two guys if you guys have any questions. I don't want to steal all of Bruno's time.
No, go ahead, Lefty, if you got something.
Bon dia, bon dia.
Bon dia, bon dia.
I kind of want to ask you, what is probably the class that is most challenging for you to adapt? Because you do race a lot of classes. What class do you find that you have to put a little bit more extra time in to get back up to speed?
Yeah, it's for sure 1.8 nitro, I would say, because even electric for me, it's a bit easier because of the electronic and all the stuff that I do understand really a lot, and I'm really comfortable to work with electronic settings and getting everything set on. With nitro, I'm also quite okay with tuning the engine and everything, but clutch settings and off-road and dirt and all these kind of things make me struggle a little bit. So I need more time to get used to it normally. So I would say it's the most difficult class for me, and also the most competitive, because there are so many young and talented drivers at the moment in 1.8 off-road. That is very difficult to be competitive out there. So you need to practice really a lot to be, let's say, on the point to fight.
Okay. You got a new teammate this year with David Ronnefolk. How has it been working with him?
It has been very good. Like we don't really have a very similar setup, I would say, because he has a different way to drive than me. I like more like a calm car, a easier car to drive. He likes more a kind of car that is aggressive. It's more driving like in the first 10% of the steering, I would say. I like more a calm car. But other else, I mean, we have been working very, very well together. We are sharing like everything we learn on the track, that I think is the most important when you have a new teammate, is like to be able to share everything you learn. That's what makes a team stronger, is that you can work together. When you're on the track, you find new things, you share, and then like you can grow as a team and in hand to make the best results as possible for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the privilege of I've seen you run 8 scale. I got to see you do that at Redavon. I saw you do carpet last year at the carpet championships. Will we see you coming back to the carpet championships this year?
Yeah, probably we are coming back. I think we did not decide yet. It depends like on the races in the end of the year. If we have some space over there, if there are not many European races in that time, for sure we are going to come, because the race was really, really nice.
Yes, it was a great race. Now I just need to see you run touring car on. I've never seen you do that in person. Thoughts on the 10 scale worlds being on an outdoor track? It's we've seen some video. It's still going to be high traction, but a little bit loose, kind of old school. Have you done any 10 scale on any tracks like that at all?
Yeah, on that, normally we don't really used to drive on the asphalt small trucks. We used to drive on a big asphalt trucks. So when there is asphalt track, normally is much bigger than what is what is going to be the world in America. But yeah, the track and the facilities were pretty nice. The asphalt was completely flat, looked like brand new. The traction was pretty nice. Also, the tires were working pretty good there. So I mean, I think it will be a very close world, because the track is not that difficult. It's all about like small details on the setup. So I believe it's going to be a very, very tight world championship between many drivers. So that I don't think there is many, we cannot say like, this is a perfect track for this kind of driver, So I think it will be a very, very close worlds, and a very interesting worlds to watch, and for me to race for sure.
Absolutely. Frank, you got any questions for Prince of Portugal?
Yeah, first one. Prince of Portugal, that's great. I was just wondering, with GT8 kind of maybe emerging as a popular class, do you think you see yourself running that maybe?
The GT class, you mean?
GT8, yeah.
GT8,
yeah. I mean, it's I raced one of the biggest races they had in the beginning when they started to race with it. In Vallalunga, they made the race with like 100 people, which was very nice. I see the class is like, it's growing in some countries, in some other is not really getting popular. Like I see in Portugal, it started well, but now like nobody's driving it. But I see other countries that is still growing a lot. But I mean, I think for me, when I was driving it, for me, it's one of the best class to drive together. Like to drive with like to fight. I remember to drive with Alessio Mazzeo and also Martin Bayer and everything on the track, and we were like touching each other, and nothing was really happening. Like you could really fight and fight hard. Like there are no, because like in touring car 110 touring, you cannot touch. If you touch, immediately you get body tuck or the car get like tweaked or something. And on that class, it's an off-road, 1.8 off-road car, but just made for like on-road. So the car everything is like very solid, very hard. So you can really fight hard and nothing happens. So I really like it, that part. So the race was very intense, and also it's very difficult to make the difference with the setup. You can change whatever you want. You will not get like half second faster per lap, because the car is heavy, is everything. So it was nice fights all the time. So I really like the class, and I hope it grows in the future.
Yeah, me too.
Like it too.
Yeah, I think if there was a modern racing class that I would jump into, it would definitely be GT8. So the second question I have for you is, some months ago, I posted on the RCTV Facebook page about just to get a general idea of who people think the most versatile driver is, and a lot of people commented and tagged you. And if you remember, Michael Olowski said, "Hey, let's race in 112, man. What do you think?" And you said, "I don't really like that class, but I'm waiting for you in 1/8 Nitro off-road."
Yeah, because I also think he doesn't like 1/8 off-road Nitro. That's why I told him.
But
yeah,
you guys are, you guys are.
Yeah, I mean,
I
have a very good relation with Michael, and we have been fighting together on the track for a long time now. So yeah, I mean, he always tell me, you should drive 112, and I'm like, okay, you should drive 1/8 off-road, Nitro. But I don't know, I don't really like 112. I tried, but I don't really think it's the class for me, because I don't know, it's more about like a full reaction than really having the flow of driving it. It's more about like you arrive to the corner, you need to like almost full steer, but in that millisecond, and not really about flowing, about understanding the setup, and then everything needs to be 110% every round. It's different, Sometimes you go to the track, and because you don't put a little bit more glue on the tire, the car will be completely different to drive. And I'm the kind of person that I like to work, And then when I go to a race, I know exactly what I do is going to happen. I don't like things that can go out of your control without you expect. I like to work on the things, and I know what things do. So and when things get out of your control and you cannot really be 100% sure of what you are doing, I don't really like that thing.
Got you. I mean, it's easy to understand these rivalries you have with drivers on other teams, but obviously X-Ray is a very big team, or it's a growing team now. You obviously Hagberg. I was thinking, as you're talking about 12 scale, you probably like leave that to Alex. Alex can do 12 scale.
Yeah.
He can have that.
Yeah, he loves it. The most favorite class of Alex, it's 12 scale.
Yeah, and nobody's won more Euros than him in that particular class. I don't think. We'll check that, but no, seven
or 8?
Yeah, wow.
Too many.
But the thing I was thinking about with your teammates, for instance, we have Ronnefeldt now. When you get to the Euros, you're talking about sharing information and helping each other go faster. But when it gets to a semi-final, the main final, and you're on the same lap, and there's everything to play for, and maybe it's you or David. What's in your mind then? Are you thinking about the team, or are you thinking about Bruno? Or I'm not saying, do we have team orders? Like, what's the plan? What do you think?
Yeah, there are never team orders about that. And I mean, I have been fighting, especially in 1/8 off-road. I have been fighting many times with other X-Ray team drivers on the track. There are not really anything. So, and even at the final or something, if we are both fighting for world champion or European championship, we are doing that. I mean, we are fighting for the team. Even if you want to be a little bit more selfish and we want to win ourselves, in hand, what matters is the team to win. And we need to make everything, for the team to win and to make the best for our customers. So, I mean, it's of course we are not going to fight maybe as hard as if we will fight against another team driver. Let's say we'll probably have more cautious about not touching, not being so aggressive. But yeah, in the end, I think the most important is the results for the team.
Yeah, I suppose the worst is that you fight each other and then you take both of you out, and then you have neither driver for the team in the final.
That's for sure.
I'll let you into a secret. When I messaged Bruno earlier, I said 5 minutes max. So
don't you worry, guys. Don't you worry. It's too hot now outside, so I'm just chilling a little bit.
What does your day look like today? You've been on the beach, right?
Yeah, I've been on the beach in the morning, so I wake up like 9 something, breakfast, then go on the beach a little bit until lunchtime, then lunch outside, enjoying a little bit, then coming here for a little nap, and then back to the beach.
It's a hard life.
I mean, it's just 1 week. It's just 1 week. The first week
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
It looks amazing, but it's the first week of this year.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like
So, yeah.
like bodyboarding or swimming or snorkeling or surfing or anything like that out in the
Yeah,
when you're
I like
on the beach?
snorkeling and like swimming and everything. I like also jet ski. So yeah, all kind of sports, not so risky sports, but like
Yeah,
So I like some adrenaline for sure.
that's cool.
Do you have your fingers insured for
Yeah,
your
yeah,
career?
I try to do anything that doesn't
Yeah.
really hurt me
Yeah.
for sure.
Awesome.
Amazing. Well, I don't know. You may not have been watching the B Euros. It's obviously a really important event. I guess you've got it in the back of your mind. There's plenty of X-ray drivers. There's plenty of Portuguese drivers there. You thinking a bit about the B Euros going on? Did you ever race the B Euros? I don't know if you did.
No, I don't really remember if I did in the past when I was very young, and if my father took me to any Euros B. I don't believe so. I think I went all the time for A Euros. But yeah, I mean the Euros B. I mean it's super strong. I mean I remember to see Canas winning the Euros B in Freixedas, and in the same year he was fighting with me for the Euros A.
Yeah.
That same year. And I mean, and in Euros B, he's like, and he was fighting with other guys, So and then in Euros A, he was fighting with me for the winning, and then I ended up winning. Ongar was second. I think he was third in the end. But I mean, it's Euros B is super strong at the moment. There, as I said in the beginning of this conversation, there are a lot of young drivers, which is super nice to see. A lot of young drivers, super talented. They work pretty hard. They are ready to win. Things are not like in the past where like the material was doing a lot of difference and was difficult to get that sponsored material. Let's say in those days, like everybody gets exactly the same thing. There is nothing new. The only thing news we have is just because we work so hard that we know what to do in exact moment. That's the main difference today. And in the past, even I had one time a conversation with Hara, and it was super nice to hear from him that he told me like, to win in those days is so much more difficult than in the past. Because in the past, drivers like Masami, Hara, and everything, they had the full support from the factories where they have different materials than everyone else. So they could go to a race, they could have that special tire, that special motor, that special battery, and in those days doesn't really exist that, I mean, I'm using the hot race tire, let's say, that comes from the same bag as the customer buys. I have the engine that is exactly the same as the customer buys. I have the fuel that is exactly the same, So all is about the same. So the only thing you can make the difference is to work hard to know exactly the thing you need to do in that moment on the car to make it ready to win, That's the major difference. So to win in those days is so much harder than in the past. And this is not me telling this. It was Hara telling me this, and it makes sense. So I mean, it's you see the kids are ready. They have a lot of talents, and I mean, this is a Euros B, and I think it's just the name because the speed's still there, and yeah, and for sure they are super fast.
Any young drivers you think
was
yeah.
just going to ask.
Yeah, have you got any young drivers that you think we should watch out for? Maybe not necessarily at the B Euros, but the ones that are coming up through the ranks that you've spotted.
Well, there are many. I mean, of course, I will cheer all the time for the X-ray team, but we have some young drivers. We have the Bento, his driver over there that I really like. I have a very good relation with him. Unfortunately, he's driving S-Works, but I have a very good relation with him. With his dad, they have a very nice track in Portugal, in Sesimbra, close to the beach. So it's like a super nice area. And they are very close friends, so of course I'm going to cheer for them for the whole relationship and everything, and of course you guys should cheer for them as well.
Absolutely, fantastic, absolutely. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Oh, one final question from me. Were you testing in Eigen recently? Was that Alex? Was that you? Yes.
Yeah, I was there testing for the ETS.
Okay, so that was leading to that question without. I didn't want to ask it in case the answer was no. But you're going to ETS. Is that
Yeah,
right?
the thing was, since One Up race like 2 months ago and something like that, I wasn't driving a touring car anymore. And this year we have the World Championship, and we have not many races until the World Championship. Let's say we have only European Championship, which is pretty late in the season. So if I will not make ETS or any other races, I will be from One Up race until the Euros without any race of touring. Not racing anything else until there, it will be a little bit not. I will not be prepared for Euros and then for the World Championship. So we took the chance, and I was so much time at home, or a little bit of time at home, let's say, to take the chance to practice in Eigen and then go to ETS as well to test. So we were more ready for the warm up of European Championship and then also the European Championship.
That's cool. I think Hara's going to be there as well, so it will be a fun event for sure. Frank will be there, so yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Watching you and Hara together on track, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
For sure,
maybe.
it's a super nice.
Yeah, I don't know if Hara made the A, but anyway, they're kind of together in spirit. Let's just say that. Maybe not in class anymore. Anyway, no disrespect to Hara. He's still a legend, an absolute legend.
Yeah.
You're a legend as well, Bruno. It's been amazing to have an A-lister on. Thank you for giving us your time. Enjoy the rest of the day and the holiday.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
And,
not much left.
Yeah.
Mind your fingers.
Just 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll see you soon, and enjoy the rest of your holiday, and we'll speak in the coming weeks.
All right.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice work, nice
Thank you.
weekend,
Thanks.
and we see you soon. See you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you. Bye,
Bye.
Bruno.
Obrigado.
Track.
Yeah.